Hello, once again, Shaker Heights varsity baseball fans. Welcome in here to the Riverside High School baseball field, of course, here in Paynesville Township, Ohio, where the Riverside High School campus lies. Behind your camera, we have their football field and athletic field. I believe they're maybe getting lacrosse going as we speak. But behind us, of course, we got some good old Northeast Ohio high school baseball. Shaker Heights entering into this one at a 5-15 record, dropping their last five. They started off 5-10, but over the course of the last week, they have lost 5 straight in those 8 days, starting with a week from yesterday, 8 days ago, against the Perry Pirates. They lost 5-2 then they dropped their games against Strongsville back-to-back, then to Kenston. We did not cover that one, and then yesterday we did cover that one. It was a loss to the Twinsburg Tigers, the state runners-up of last year. The big thing, Shaker Heights did compete against these state runner-ups very well throughout the entirety of the game. They just weren't able to once again counter their lack of balance with offense and then defensive errors. So today we're looking at Shaker Heights' bats. Can they put up hits, string together hits to create some runs? As a whole right now, Shaker Heights' defense remains a little poor at the time being, and we saw that in the infield-outfield practice beforehand. We saw the middle infielders struggle a little bit. Today, your starters in that regard is going to be Aaron Neiman and Andy Berglund. We'll see how they work out. O'Shea Howard out of the lineup with Andy Berglund coming in. Aaron Neiman, of course, back in your 3 spot. And Shaker Heights will start things up on offense, so we'll have stuff to talk about from the get-go. Starting things off today for Shaker will be Casey Robinson, Michael Coxon, and Aaron Neiman. We'll see what they can put up, because again, as we said yesterday, the top of the order really depends on how well Shaker is going to do that day. If the top of the order cannot perform, typically the team just does not win those ball games, because the top of the order is where you have the high averages, but when you get down low, you have the big drop-off under the Mendoza line of a 200 average, and we'll see what Shaker Heights is able to put together today. We see the rundown over to second, and that means we are set for some high school baseball. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum is on your play-by-play here today on behalf of the Shaker Heights Athletic Department. As we said, starting things off here today, going to be Casey Robinson out to the plate. Of course, your first baseman, if he's not on the mound. But as we also said yesterday, I mean, it's typically a rare happening to see a pitcher also be in the batting order for Shaker Heights, but this is really the only guy that gets that to happen, because Casey Robinson is just one of the best hitters for Shaker Heights to this point. Here he'll take an awkward swing down low. He didn't want that one, but he had already committed to that. And now he finds himself in an early 0-2 spot. Nobody out. We're just getting things started here in Paynesville, Ohio. And next offering to Robinson on the 0-2. Catches on the outside half. Tough call early to Casey Robinson, and he'll go down on 3 strikes. It'll be interesting to see how the other 2 can respond behind him. Again, Michael Coxon, Aaron Neiman, the other 2 due up. Also in the batting order for Shaker Heights. Let me get that for you. We are looking at, in the middle of the order, the 4, 5, 6 guys being Braden White, Leo Pevnick, and Malachi Kranz. Behind that, Eli Stolfus, Jeremy Silver, and Andy Berglund, 7, 8, 9 in that batting order. Next pitch to the righty. This one down low, taken for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Pozo, your pitcher here for Riverside. The Beavers of Riverside, a squad that enters in 10-8. That one, ooh, catching. Good framing out of the catcher. And early on, Shaker Heights not getting the benefit of the doubt at the plate. Mikulski, the catcher here today for Riverside. Here's that next pitch to him. This one down low. Good hold off from Michael Coxon. He's your catcher for the Shaker Heights side of things. We saw Braden White in action yesterday behind the plate. But now he's your designated hitter, which means Michael Coxon coming back in behind the dish. Typically, again, the guys just flip-flop with designated hitter and catching. That next pitch, ooh, way in the dirt before it reached home plate. The easy take out of Michael Coxon. And Well, we've got an early countdown for you. 3 balls with 2 strikes and only 1 out. Payoff pitch on its way here to Michael Coxon right now, entering in with a beauty of an average at 298. Here's that pitch to him. And Michael Coxon swings and misses back-to-back Ks to start off Pozo's day. And a rough beginnings to the Shaker Heights offense. Aaron Neiman, now the sophomore, digging into the left-handed batter's box, number 21 on the black jersey. Shaker Heights is repping today. They got the black caps on when they're out in the field. Black jerseys, gray road pants. On the other side, we're also seeing a gray look. Not sure they got the memo they were playing at home, but they should have. It's their senior day. This one, ooh, catching on the lower half. Strike 1 here to Neiman. Only 10 pitches so far for Pozo, 7 of which have gone for strikes. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Pozo. That one's going to be way down low, easy take for Neiman as that one hit off of the plate. And here it looks like the catcher Mikulski is he's hurting. And already the home plate umpire going to talk to the pitcher Pozo as well. Not sure what for. Catcher clearly in pain after that last delivery. We're going to step aside for just a moment. 0-0 your score. Top of the first. 2 down to Aaron Neiman. Looks like we're set to resume. Mikulski a little banged up. He's your catcher today for the Beavers of Riverside. I think it was his hand that just got a little maybe jammed up after that last delivery. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Aaron Neiman takes for ball 2. 2-1 the count here to Aaron Neiman. Base is empty with 2 down here in the top of the first. Behind him would be Braden White if he gets his chance. Well, we'll see if that chance is to come. Pozo to 12 pitches. Here's 13. Swing and a miss. Got him chasing on some low outside cheese. Here in the top of the first, Shaker Heights once again at a 2-strike spot. We'll see if it'll be a 1-2-3 on strikeouts inning for the Shaker offense. Here's the pitch. He'll take that one just barely missing. Not exactly sure where. Maybe up high, maybe outside. But regardless, another payoff pitch to come here for the Red Raiders. They're making him work for it, making him deliver some balls and working it into a full count here. Aaron Neiman lines this one out in the center field. That one's going to get down for a 2-out single. And Aaron Neiman is aboard over at first, just in front of Koenig, your center fielder today for the Beavers. Beavers today out in the field right now wearing the all-gray look, kind of a plain classic look, which is typically what some squads decide to do for their senior day is they bring out classic uniforms. Shaker was talking about that. Not sure if they will or not. Their senior day is out on Wednesday. Here, Aaron Neiman going to dive back in safely to first on the pickoff throw. But yeah, an all-gray look with black accents, no yellow in the uniform of Riverside here today. Here's the pitch. Braden White takes this one for strike 1. Braden White, still the best hitter on the Shaker Heights baseball squad. He's in the 4-hole once again today, batting .407 in his 54 ABs. He's hit 22, 2 of them out of the park, 2 for triples, 11 singles as well, 7 doubles. He's really been using the field to his advantage. He's put a lot all over the place. When you look at the spray chart, I mean, it's just, as we said, it's all over. Here's the next pitch. He'll swing through this one for strike 2. Half-hearted swing that time. And the Riverside seniors right now are loving it, amping it up. Full bleachers out here for Riverside. A lot of lawn chairs pulled out for this one. Again, senior day. Out here for the Beavers. 10-8 entering into today. Shaker looking to make it 10-9. Here's another two-strike pitch taken. Ooh, down low, ball one. But yeah, if you're looking at the spray chart for Braden White, you're looking at a lot of base hits to the left field, which of course he's a right-handed bat, but at the same time, there's a solid about 10 from center into right field. This one called strike three. The throw down to second wouldn't have been in time. Aaron Neiman got there, but the strike three, and Shaker Heights goes down on the 3 outs. 3 strikeouts to him. Struck out Casey Robinson first. Michael Coxon followed suit. Aaron Neiman got on with a liner out in the center. Then Braden White got on a called strike three. So Shaker Heights, rough start to their offense. We'll see what they can do on defense. Your starting pitcher today is going to be Quinn Malone, your lefty dealer. We'll tell you more about him when we come back for the bottom of the first. Thank you very much for tuning in. 0-0 your score after only a half inning. So the big thing we were talking about early in that little introduction to the broadcast, Shaker Heights' defense is something to look out for here today. A lot of mistakes throughout the last few games. Again, in that series against Strongsville that started off the week on Monday and Wednesday, Tuesday was rained out. Shaker Heights let in 15 runs. Only 3 of them were earned. Shaker as a whole struggled with their defensive errors, but right now they've got to lock in out in the infield today. In the infield during infield outfield practice, IO as they call it, they were struggling. Andy Berglund and Aaron Neiman were a little bit off tempo. Malachi Kranz had a couple of mistakes. Casey Robinson over at first, didn't as much. So it'll be interesting with Quinn Malone, a guy that got the start on Monday against Strongsville. Now 5 days later, he comes back in for a start. And not a whole lot of rest time. Typically you will, but a lot of games this week. We had Monday, then Wednesday through Saturday. Kicking the pitch from Quinn Malone is right there for strike number 1. The left-handed dealer to this point has performed rather well. He's pitched against some tough squads like Archbishop Hoban, though that game did not end up getting finished. That next pitch in tight. He's pitched 12 innings to this point. Of his 12, we're looking at a 4.1 ERA with a 1-0 record, courtesy of his win against West Geauga. This one lined out in the right field. That one's going to be caught out there in right. That time going to Eli Stolfus, who's out in the outfield once again. He was out of the outfield yesterday, reason being while he was out on the mound. Shaker Heights had a good performance out of him, just wasn't able to seal that victory. In the final inning, Michael Coxon actually came in, and that really hurt his performance kind of hurt the Red Raiders there, having a non-pitcher pitcher in. That next one pumped right in there for strike 1. 1 down here. Base is empty as we're just getting set here for the bottom half of the first inning. Quinn Malone with the next offering, and there you go. Swing and a miss. Quinn Malone off to a solid start here against the Beavers. A squad that, for the time being, is ranked much higher than the Red Raiders in the Max Preps rankings. They would both be Division II, so we'll see if they're to see each other out there in the OHSAA postseason. Right now, Shaker Shaker Heights as this one gets away from Michael Cox, and he'll handle it eventually. 1-2 the count, but Shaker Heights right now ranked further down low. It's about high 20s. That's the amount of teams that make the region in Division 2 for the postseason. Shaker Heights right now looking in the lower 20s, which is a rare happening. Here's that next pitch. That's in there. Called strike 3 and out number 2 is the second batter of Twinsburg. So a fly out for Chapman, a strikeout for Dolce, and now Whitreich digs in. Again, senior day here. Probably majority of these guys are seniors. We don't have those exact numbers for you, but what I can tell you is looking at the senior banners outside of the ballpark, you see a lot of senior banners. It makes you concerned for how Riverside could perform next year when they have all these guys gone, like Shaker Heights did this year. They struggled with a lot of these guys out of lineups. Here, this one's sent through. Aaron Neiman tries to scoop it up out of the dirt, unable to get his body in front. It'll just find the gap between Kranz and Neiman and work its way out in the left field. Or excuse me, Kranz was originally labeled here as your third baseman. Now he's out as Isaac Lazar comes in. Interesting. On the lineup card before the game, we took a look. It had number 15 playing over at third, but now it's number 8, Isaac Lazar, the freshman. And this one gonna escape out of Michael Coxon's reach, go all the way to the backstop. Reaching second here is going to be Whitreich. 2 down here, 1-0 count as that one sailed over the head of Michael Coxon. Quinn Malone to this point, he can be a little bit more wild with his deliveries, but right now he's trying to find that command early on as this one's tapped over to Andy Berglund. He'll scoop it up, and the throw onto first is in time there for out number 3. So a little bit of a scare there as they had the runner in scoring position. Shaker Heights able to get out of it in the 2-out spot. So Shaker's offense with a struggle there in the top of the first will go into the second inning still at a scoreless affair, 0-0. Due up for the Red Raiders, Leo Pevnik, Isaac Lazar, and Eli Stolfus. We'll be right back with you. We're back with you here for the bottom of the third inning. Right now, Shaker Heights struggles on offense. They need to have their defense locked down, and that one ruled a ball to start things off here in the bottom of the third. Quinn Malone back out there for the Red Raiders, your junior left-handed dealer, and this next one is going to be popped up and foul over to the right side into the field behind us. I suppose a little baseball field. You could imagine that's where maybe JV would play, or maybe that's softball would be. Not exactly sure. It's a smaller field, it seems, from here. Ought to be a softball field. Braden White, your designated hitter for today, going ahead and trying to track that baseball down, and I don't even know where it went either. He's just scanning all around. He can't find it. This one called strike 2. 2-2 the count now for Quinn Malone. Once again, your dealer so far. He's had a bit of a struggle in ratio. This one sent over to the right side. Once again, that's going to escape out of play to the right side. 36 pitches to 20 strikes. Of course, that means 16 have missed the area where it ought to be. And hopefully our connection is back. It wasn't there for a long while. Hopefully it's back with you. 1-0 your score. Riverside on top here at their home base. It's their senior day. This next pitch to him, a called strike 3, and Quinn Malone going to get that first out here on the new fresh inning here in the bottom of the third. Shaker Heights struggling on offense. If you're just joining us, so far, the first time through the order, got struck out 6 times. The only guys not getting struck out are Aaron Neiman, who got the only hit so far for Shaker, and then Leo Pevnik and Jeremy Silver. 1-0 count here to the batter, Dolce. He starts off his day 0 for 1. This next one missing as well. Michael Cosson, number 4 on the back of the jersey. He's your catcher right now. Braden White, of course, your designated hitter. They flip-flop, and yesterday it was Braden White behind the dish. Today it's Coxon behind the dish. Quinn Malone already up to 42 pitches. Here's 43. And my goodness, call the ball once more. These umpires had a rough look in the early stages of this ball game. We're looking at a ball in the lower outside dirt that got rolled a strike. That next one in there. On the 3-0, it turns to 3-1 with 1 down. But, yeah, as a whole, it just hasn't been consistent. This one going to sneak through in the gap between the third baseman, Lazar, and Aaron Neiman, your shortstop, and well, 1 out. Single with some easy contact there for Dolce. He'll go 1 for 2 now. And Whitreich comes up to bat. He reached, apparently on Game Changer, it says he reached on error last time. I don't really fully believe that's accurate. In my mind, he's 1 for 1. But again, on Game Changer, says 0 for 1. And here Dolce taking that lead off of first. Here's the pitch. Just ruled strike 1. Quinn Malone didn't even wait for Dolce to get that full extension off of first. Typically, Malone, a guy that likes to try the pickoff. Here he'll check the runner over at first, but very conservative lead out of Dolce. This one tapped foul over to the left side. 0-2 hole now here to Whitreich. It'll be interesting to see if Malone maintains a higher pitch count. We'll see how far he gets into the ball game. Hopefully he'll be able to settle things down in those middle innings, maybe 4 and 5. And if that's the case, then maybe he could go a full game. But at the rate it's going, that's not looking the most likely. This one up high, 1-2. Try to get him chasing on some upstairs work. Unable to pull the trigger, and now Quinn Malone might try a more challenging approach. Here on the 1-2. And this one lined foul over to the left side. It'll one hop off of the caging out in left field. Going to go get it is Jeremy Silver. He'll deliver this one back into the infield. Still in foul territory as we're getting things set once again to Whitreich. Still at a 1-2 count after the foul. Here's that 1-2 again, and a swing and a miss. Quinn Malone picks up strikeout number 3. He's walked 1, only allowed 2 hits. And a run that, per Game Changer, was not earned. So Quinn Malone, right now he's pumping in strikes. Though he's struggled throughout the early stages, gave up a lot of balls, gave up a 4-pitch walk. We saw that earlier on. This one lined, and Isaac Lazard just unable to make the grab, just goes over the glove. And now here, Jeremy Silver with the throw on the third. The tag applied, but he's safe at third. Dolce from corner to corner, and Bozic all the way to second. Still 2 down. Shaker Heights cannot let that get into their heads. But it will be an RBI chance here for the Beavers. Number 2 ding in, that's Bunting, your right fielder for Riverside. 2 down here out in Painesville, Ohio. Again, kind of a scene like West Geauga, a lot of trees. When you go past the high school itself, almost in the middle of nowhere, they're not really. About a 45-minute commute from the Shaker Heights High School. Here, a swing and a miss out of bunting. 1-1 even count. Quinn Malone, the only undefeated starter for Shaker Heights right now. But again, as he even mentioned to me before the game, that's kind of out of whack and also out of context. This one catches on the upstairs half. I guess you could call Jeremy Silver a starter. He's 2-0. But yeah, Quinn Malone is 1-0. This one up high, taken for ball 2, 2-2. Quinn Malone entering into this one on 252 pitches and 4 games played through 12 innings pitched. He's come in relief a little bit, but not actually that much. This one fouled back behind us. He's given up 16 hits, 18 runs, though only 7 of them were earned. But the main issue hasn't been the 16 hits. It's mainly been the fact that he's walked a decent amount, too. He's walked 12. Same kind of story as Jeremy Silver. This pitch up high, 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Payoff pitch on its way here. Doesn't want to walk him loaded. But again, if he does, there's still 2 away. He's got some room to work with. But you don't want to get in your head too much if you're Quinn Malone. You start to wonder who would be in relief if need be, as he's nearing 60 pitches now. Early in this one, he's going to average around 20 pitches per inning. This one down low, he'll walk him. And that's walk number 2 issued by Quinn Malone. 3 hits and 2 walks up against him. Still no earned runs to his name, though. Froelich 0 for 0. He was walked on 4 pitches his first time up. He'll take this one on the inside half for strike 1. Pressure situation now. Quinn Malone got himself into a little bit of a jam, but still 2 outs. Pitch number 60 is on its way as this one's lined over to Aaron Neiman. Neiman with a running throw on a first. A beauty of a play out of the shortstop. And number 21 able to work the Red Raiders out of the jam. The pressure didn't get to him. He's had an error already, Aaron Neiman, but that time in a more difficult situation, he's able to make the play and end this 3rd inning the right way. Shaker Heights down, but it's only by a run. We'll see if they can get back into scoring here in the middle inning, inning number 4. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum is on the call. Shaker Heights with only 1 hit to this point. We'll see if that changes with Michael Coxon, Aaron Neiman, and Braden White up to bat when we come back. Michael Coxon due up first here in the top of the fourth. We're almost halfway through this one. Feels like it's gone by rather quickly, but Michael Coxon struck out his first time up. In the first pitch to him in the new AB, he'll send this one foul over to the right side. Out of play, but in play over at the baseball field to our right side. Behind him, going to be Neiman and White. White struck out his first time up as well, but Neiman was able to get a hit there in that first inning. Shaker Heights is top of the order, just needs to get things going. And again, when we see the top of the order not find success, we typically find that the entirety of the order does not find success. This one going to end up caught out in the shallow center field. And Michael Coxon is out number one here in the top of the fourth. Aaron Neiman right behind him. He's the one hit for Shaker Heights to this point. And here's first pitch to him, outside. Keep in mind, pitcher's different. It'll be interesting to see what they've got this time. It's Bergert now the pitcher, but Aaron Neiman does all the same. He'll send this one up the middle and through for another single. So Aaron Neiman goes 2 for 2 on the day now with 2 singles. The only 2 hits for Shaker right now, and Shaker Heights has to do some damage with this opportunity. Braden White and Leo Pevnik up behind him, assuming they both get the chance, unless, of course, they do turn 2. And Braden White, first pitch to him, he'll take outside for ball 1. Braden White with 2 home runs this season. With the way the wind has been blowing, it could always help him out. If he's able to get a hold of one, he'll launch it out in the clouds above. This one tapped right off of his body. He'll go foul. Dead ball here, delivered right back to the pitcher, Bergert, excuse me. Third pitcher of the ball game here for the Beavers. Again, it's their senior day. Typically on senior days, you'll see an array of pitchers come in, and they're all seniors. Braden White, as we said, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He just swung through and missed for strike 2. Wind trying to take down our setup, but hopefully it can help out Braden White as he'll send this one up the middle as well. It'll just flip over the glove of Dolce over at short. Aaron Neiman booking it to third, and his slide, he is safe, and Braden White works his way up to second. 1 out single that'll work Braden White all the way to scoring position, and now the Red Raiders are threatening here in the top of the fourth. Leo Pevnik with an RBI shot. He's 0 for 1. However, one of the 3 guys that didn't get struck out first time through the order. We'll see. Even just a sacrifice fly can put the Red Raiders on the board and tie this thing up at 1 apiece. We'll see if they can with Pevnik. Braden White taking his lead off of second. Neiman following suit at third. Here's the 1 out first pitch. This one fouled back over our heads. Off of the caging of the other baseball field behind us, or again, maybe softball field. Though I believe the softball field is over to the left of the third baseline. Yes, that's right. A nice little softball field it is. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. So Pevnik now in an 0-2 spot. You can't let this opportunity slip away. Isaac Lazar due up next. One of them have to do something here. Pevnik taps this one. It'll just bounce foul. Just had too much spin on it. Pevnik was all the way to first by the time that one was scooped up, but he'll jog his way on back. Isaac Lazar taking some big swings out there in the on-deck circle. We need an RBI here, even if it's just a sacrifice fly. Whether it's from Pevnik, whether it's from Lazar, they need a run here. Next pitch to Pevnik is lined out in the center field. That'll at least score a sacrifice, but oh, that one's caught. And Aaron Neiman stays put over at third. Stephen English can't believe it. He's got his hands on his head. As Aaron Neiman stayed put over at third, no runner will score. And I'm not sure how that was caught. It looked like it was caught by the bare hand. Can't believe if that was the case. But English, yeah, he's He's over there just in absolute disbelief, now hanging his head. He doesn't know what to say after that one. So now Isaac Lazar digs in, freshman with a 2-out RBI chance. First pitch to him. Whoa, up and in. Behind him would be Stolfus if he got that chance. Shaker needs the runs, but he'll swing and miss there for strike one. Got him on an awkward swing up high. 1-1 even count. 2 down. Isaac Lazar's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. White on second, taking his lead. Neiman over at third, all the same. That one up high. Short little strike zone now. 2-1 goes the count to the freshman. Lazar right now batting with an average of, hang on, this one there for strike two. Isaac Lazar right now batting at a 118. OBP, however, at a 262 as he has walked 6 times, but he struck out 12. Trying to not be another victim right here. Here's the 2-2. He'll pop this one up. That'll go foul behind us, right onto the concrete. Isaac Lazar staying alive here on a 2-2. Cannot let this opportunity subside, Shaker. When you have these opportunities with only one down, you got to make do. Here's the 2-2, and Isaac Lazar sends this one up. 2 elevated out in the right field. It's caught, and Shaker Heights once again will leave runners in scoring position. The Red Raiders down 1-0 as we are now halfway through this one. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Riverside up 1-0 here in Paynesville, Ohio. Riverside remains in the lead. They're up 1-0 after Shaker Heights unable to work with their men in scoring position. They're in the top of the fourth. So here in the bottom of the fourth, Quinn Malone back out to the mound. 60 pitches down. 61 is outside. Misses the mark there for ball one. The batter, Pozo, your first pitcher of the ball game. He's 0 for 1. And that next pitch going to be there. Quinn Malone right now with a tough little ratio. 62 pitches, 36 strikes. So, of course, 26 not getting there through the 62 pitches. That one misses inside. Quinn Malone right now has struck out 3, but he's walked 2 and allowed 3 hits. And again, that one run that come across could really hurt Shaker Heights. That one in there to strike 2. Called strike 2. Umpires had his moments. Things have settled down, however, as it seems like both teams have extended their strike zone a little bit. Here, that next pitch from Malone is down low, hit off of the shoe of the home plate umpire. So now it's a full count. Here's the payoff pitch that's in tight. Ball 4. 6-pitch walk issued to Pozo. He'll take first with nobody out. Riverside trying to extend that lead back. Trying to maybe get a little bit of momentum into their bats after they were able to hold off the Red Raiders offense. That can always help you out. Good defense can turn into solid offense. Here, Michael Coxon with the throwdown. He has him beat by a mile on the steal. Pozo is out, number 1. Beauty of a throw from Michael Coxon. Had a rough one earlier that actually resulted in short scoring from third. And that's the 1 run of the ball game. And now this one lined out right in the glove of Andy Berglund. He'll make the leap over at second. I thought that was going to be way over his head, but he makes that jump for out number 2. So back-to-back quick outs. 2 outs on 1 pitch there. I suppose 2 outs maybe on 2 pitches. However you want to see it. Regardless, here in the bottom of the 4th, there are 2 gone. We're not going to step in front of the camera here for the 4th inning, so we'll just tell you as it is. Reason being it's because the wind very well could be taking down our setup. This one a tapper. Back over to Quinn Malone. A high arcing throw. It'll go out into right field. Here the umpire getting into the runner's way. The throw to second not going to be in time. And Quinn Malone not sure where he was going with that throw. And Mikulski will reach now twice. He's 1 for 2, but of course he reached on an error that time. Shaker Heights sometimes just tends to shoot themselves in the foot. And right here, that kind of situation. Here, taking the lead off of second is Mikulski. And the next pitch of the new ABs fouled right back into the caging in front of us. 2 down, 1 runner on. He's aboard at second. RBI chance here to the new batter. And that's the top of the order man, number 9, Chapman. Holding off here. Quinn Malone eventually with the delivery. That's going to be right in there. Looked like it would go up high. Had that late break to it. And it just fell right through over the plate. Chapman already 0 for 2. He struck out once so far. All 3 of the first 3 guys in the batting order, they have all struck out once. Here's that next pitch. Ooh, up and in. Eye level here to Chapman. Mikulski bolting back over to second as this one's delivered to Quinn Malone. But he'll extend that lead once more. Malone isn't even looking at Mikulski. He's just throwing in some pitches, and now here that's ball 2. From 0-2 to 2-2. We'll look for ball 3, perhaps. That would work our way to a payoff, but Quinn Malone looks for strike 3 if he can. Hear that next pitch. Swing and a miss. He'll get that strike 3. And strikeout number 4 here for Quinn Malone. Through 4, the Red Raiders are down 1-0. And again, we're not going to hop in front of your camera, but we're going to tell you the story of the game as it is. Right now, both teams just about even in hits. The scoreboard out there calls it 4-3 with Riverside in the lead with hits. Our game changer says 3-3. Regardless, the thing is, Shaker Heights' offense just has not been able to capitalize. We saw that there in the top of the 4th, where Shaker Heights had 2 guys in scoring position with only 1 out, but after that couldn't make do with what they had. Again, maybe a little bit of a base running mistake out of Aaron Neiman. He was over at third, and on the fly out, he didn't advance, he didn't tag up. And so Shaker Heights as a whole just needs the offense to string some plays together. And we'll see what is to come here in the top of the 5th. Due up for Shaker Heights would be Eli Stolfus, Jeremy Silver, and Andy Berglund, the final 3 guys of the 9-man batting order. We'll tell you more when we come back. 1-0 Riverside on top. First pitch to Eli Stolfus is fouled back and away. Here in the top of the fifth, Shaker Heights with 9 more outs to work with, but only 1 run. They are down. Eli Stolfus 0 for 1 to start things off, but here a 1-1 count as that one misses outside. Stolfus, your right fielder in today's game. Bergert, once again, your pitcher. He struggled a little bit in that top of the fourth, but they kept him back out. And here Eli Stolfus lines this one foul once again over to the right side. Wesley Lewis going to go ahead and grab it. Wesley Lewis, I believe he started against the Kenston Bombers, and Jeremy Silver came in relief. We didn't call that game. Here, Eli Stolfus will get this one through the third baseman's glove. Just a hole in the glove that time as Whitreich was on the play. It looks like he had it fully covered, but he didn't have the body in front of it, so it escaped out into shallow left. Eli Stolfus will reach on a defensive error out of the Beavers. Well, whether it's an error or not, Shaker Heights could use the base runner right now. They're only down 1. Any base runner could help. Tying run aboard over at first. Stolfus extending his lead as this pitch goes outside to Jeremy Silver. Silver 0 for 1. Berglund behind him also 0 for 1. And oof. Yeah, the game changer being a little faulty to this point. Here, Eli Stolfus is going to steal second without a throw as that one got caught between the legs of Mikulski. And now runner in scoring position, 1 base knock, and this thing's tied up. Nobody out here, runner on second. Maybe treat it as a major league extra inning, if you can think about it that way. But typically, in that situation, you expect that they're able to get that runner in from second, and if not, then that's typically frowned upon by coaches and, of course, fans. But hopefully Shaker Heights is able to get that runner in. 2 strikes now on 2 failed bunt attempts from Jeremy Silver. Here's that pitch. Yeah, this one foul tipped back. Here the wind trying to take our camera setup once again. My goodness. Our apologies. And that next one said he went around, so strike 3 on Jeremy Silver. He'll take that walk on back to the dugout. Andy Berglund comes in with an RBI chance here with only 1 out. Again, Shaker now, they've had 2 opportunities with runners in scoring position and 1 out. Casey Robinson would be up next. We assume he will get his chance. That one down low. Good watch that time from the sophomore Berglund. Berglund this year has done pretty well with the bat, batting over 300. Just hasn't had that much opportunity to really do much on offense. This one fumbled at first by the second baseman, but the throw on the first is there, so out 2. And now Casey Robinson with a 2-out RBI situation. Tying run aboard now at third. It's Eli Stolfus. He'll take his lead off of third. 1-0. The Beavers lead it. Shaker needs this run to come across. Had him in scoring position with nobody out. Casey Robinson, however, pops this one up. Looks like an easy does it here for Dolce. And he'll look to the sun, make the grab. Shaker Heights once more unable to do damage with that runner in scoring position. And 1 or no outs here in this circumstance. Quinn Malone coming back out to the mound. Our starting pitcher remains in here for the bottom of the 5th. Thanks for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We'll be back with you. 1-0 Riverside leads. Quinn Malone has allowed 1 run throughout his 4 innings pitched. That 1 run there in the bottom of the second. Other than that, nothing but zeros across every other half inning even. Shaker Heights, for the moment, held scoreless, though they've left 3 guys in scoring position on base. That next one in tight as well. 2-0 to start things off. The batter, Dolce, the guy who made that last grab there in the top of the 5th. 1-0 Riverside on top. This next one, ooh, rolled a ball. Again, umpire just not giving any grief to these pitchers, calling it very, very tight and rather inconsistent, but it's been consistently maybe inconsistent. This one on 3-0, it's mishandled by Neiman, and once again, he'll have a defensive error over at short. Leadoff man on here for the Beavers. Sometimes these defensive errors just kick them out of the ball game. But here, Shaker Heights very much still in this one, 1-0. One big hit can tie this thing up. This one fouled over the left side. Dolce was on the move, but he'll have to return. Whitright go for 2 to this point. Reached on error, then struck out. Here's the 1-1 down low. Michael Coxon keeping it in front of him. If that had skipped away, Dolce, who was watching that one be delivered, he would have bolted on a second, but he stays. And once again, Quinn Malone 80 pitches now. Of his 80, we're looking at 44 strikes, 36 balls. This next one, ooh, catches in tight. 2 strikes now to Whitright. 1-2, your count. Nobody out just yet here in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on first is Dolce as he extends his lead a little bit. And here Coxon with a pump after the pitch gets to him, but Dolce back in safely. Malone, again, yet to receive a loss out there on the mound, though it looks like today if Shaker Heights' offense couldn't get it going, it would be Malone's first. Even though he's only allowed 1 run to come in, and per the game changer, it's not earned. Have yourself a day, Quinn Malone, but this one, ball 4. Nobody out, first 2 guys get on. Here looks like head coach Stephen English wants time. Indeed, immediately he turned to the dugout after the back-to-back guys go aboard. English wants his bound visit. We step aside for just a couple seconds here. 1-0 Riverside on top, but they have a man in scoring position with nobody out. Quinn Malone remains put through 84 pitches. He's still out on the mound. We can imagine relief would come in that next inning, unless Shaker were to get something like a triple play here, but again, not exactly likely. Quinn Malone here, throw on the first on the bunt, and now 2 guys in scoring position with 1 out. Hey, Shaker Heights has been there. They weren't able to make do. We'll see if Quinn Malone is able to silence their offense right back, though again, it's just not the likely scenario. Hay there with a successful bunt, had the Imperial March from the Star Wars films be his walk-up song. Fun little walk-up song to pick. 1 out here, 2 guys on. And that's Dolce over at third. He takes his lead with Whitright off of second. Here bunting 0 for 1. And this one lined through right off of the glove of Isaac Lazar. That's going to score 1. They're going to hold the runner out at third. So 2-0 goes your score. Riverside extends that lead up to 2. So now Shaker Heights with a little bit of work to do. Their double play is in order. But with the way the infield has operated to this point, it doesn't seem like that would happen. Either one mistake or something. Hopefully they can settle this down, though. Keep it 2-0. Here's that pitch. This one lined over to right. That's going to drop foul. Just barely over to the right side of that right field line. Stolfus and Robinson were both on the move. Robinson, your first baseman. Stolfus, your right fielder. 2-0 Riverside on top. Here's that pitch. This one fouled back. Just got the bottom part of the bat of Froelich. Froelich 0 for 1 right now. He walked his first time on 4 straight pitches from Malone. After that, wasn't able to reach. Here, an insane lead from the runner at first. He's just about halfway, and now here they are going to send their runner home as this one escapes out into left field. Unbelievable. Shaker Heights knew that they were going to have their runner from third on the move. And that mistake was still made. 3-0 goes the score. Unbelievable look for the Shaker defense once more out here in the bottom of the 5th. And these are the reasons as to how they've dropped this season to a 5-15 record. This one will go as strike 3 on the swing and miss from Froelich. Runner on second.